Shalom. Alright, first I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well, that taught us his truth. And blessings to the elect and a remnant of Israelites who are scattered worldwide, who are predestined to be saved. And today's short lesson is going to be on the scattering, because I think, and I was thinking this, I stumbled on, because I was looking on YouTube, I was researching certain herbs, because I got sickle cell. And one of the herbs that I looked up was mullein, which is good because it takes out the mucus out of your body, which is good. And while I was doing that, alright, I stumbled upon these videos, and I've watched these videos before, and I know this company. This is a medical company called Novartis, right? And everything is about money. Everything is about money. With sickle cell anemia, there's something called, let me say, blood exchange. Blood exchange transfusion. Alright? And it's mainly for people with sickle cell anemia. Let me just click on the image so you can see it. Alright, so basically what a blood exchange is, alright, and I know this sister here, she goes to my hospital, and she's really cool, man. She's really cool. And I have to do this every 6 weeks, where you get hooked up to this machine, right? And basically it takes your blood out of your body, and you're getting donated blood into you. So, ignore the cracker baby, but you're getting donor blood, all right, into you, which is not sickle cell, and your blood, which has sickle cells in it, which is like a crescent moon shape, is getting taken out of you, okay? And the company that makes these machines, all right, and some of the actual the machine, and I think some of the products that help the machine is Novartis, all right, and they did a series, Untold Stories of Sickle Cell, and they went around the world, all right, around the world to interview people with sickle cell. Okay, and I've said this before, and I've done it in different videos as well. All right, I'll just show you that people with sickle cell, all right, are all Israelites. Okay, all right, it's people of Negro ancestry only that get sickle cell anemia. Okay, I've researched it. One of the videos that I did when I first came into truth, it's down here somewhere. Where is it now? That's it. Here it is. It's called Sickle Cell Anemia and Bible Connection. It's a damn long video, because when I first came into the truth, when the Lord first brought me to truth, I used to do these real long ass videos. I mean, this is like 2 hours and so forth, and got a lot of views and stuff. And I proved it in this video that, I went through scriptures, I went through history, articles here, showing that people with sickle cell anemia, all right, whether it be the sickle cell trait, which is the gene, or, see, look, I did my research, man. All right, people with sickle cell trait, which is the gene, which is harmless. All right, and basically, if you have the gene, and then let's say you're a Jake man and you have the gene, and then you meet a Jake woman and she has the gene, 25% chance your child will come out with sickle cell anemia. All right, and I proved through this documentary that I made, Sickle Cell Anemia Bible Connection, that Israelites are the only people that get this sickle cell anemia, which is a devastating disease, and I've got it myself. But while I'm mentioning it, this company, Novartis, they do, as I said, they do all the blood exchange, machines and so forth. So because they were doing that, they did this whole series on untold stories of sickle cell. And I'm going to play some because this is going to show you that we are scattered in every nation, all right, that you can think of on the planet Earth. And people who are Israelites, we're not all going to look the same, all right? We're not all going to look the same. Now, if you go back into the past, go to Acts, right? Acts chapter 2, verse 1. Okay? You go to Acts chapter 2, verse 1, all right? And when the day of Pentecost came, was fully come, and Pentecost is basically what? Is basically the Feast of Weeks, all right? Okay? It's just another name for it, all right? The Feast of Weeks. That's what Pentecost is, man, all right? All right? A feast following several weeks of counting the days between the holiday and Passover. All right, so it's after Passover. All right, and in this time, all right, this is after Yahushua died and rose again. All right, something miraculous happened when they met for the Pentecost. All right, okay, all right, but let's keep going. All right. They were all one accord. They were all with one accord in one place. All right. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it was filled all the house they was where they were sitting. All right. Let's keep going. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire. All right, and when it says tongues, it's not talking about like the Christians think. All right, that's all madness. All right, and it sat upon each of them. All right, and they were filled with the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, and they began to speak with other tongues. All right, other tongues, as the Spirit gave them utterance. So when it talks about other tongues, it's talking about other languages. All right, because these Israelites were from different parts of the world. Okay, other tongues. All right, let's go on the blue letter. All right.
Strong's G 1100. Glossa.
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 All right, so we're going to Acts chapter 2, verse 4, right? And it says other tongues. Now we've put that in the Bible blue letter, okay? And we clicked on tongues, and it says glossa in the Greek. And here it says the tongue, a member of the body, an organ of speech, a tongue. All right, and here's the main one: the language or dialect used by a particular people, distinct from that of other nations. All right, so when they met at Pentecost, these were Israelites from different parts of the world. All right, and they could not understand each other, but the Lord put the Spirit on them to understand each other, because he put the Holy Spirit on them. All right. Okay. All right. Chapter 5, Acts 2 and 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews. Remember, they came for the Pentecost. All right. And they were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. So the people that met up for Pentecost at that time, all right, were Israelites, Jews, all right, devout men out of every nation under heaven. And then it goes on, all right, to tell you what nations they were from. Now, when this noise abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because every man heard them speak in his own language. See? So the Lord put the Spirit on them to hear and understand each other. So imagine a Jake that is from Mali who speaks his native language and speaks French. Imagine a Jake, an Israelite who is, from the tribe of Issachar, and speaks Spanish and whatever, and imagine Israelites from all these different nations, an Israelite that's from the Arab world, he speaks Arabic, and put them in a room, and the Lord put the Spirit on them to understand each other. All right, that's what this passage is talking about. All right, Acts 2:7. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? All right. And now, and how hear we every man in his own tongue, his own language, wherein we were born? All right. And it tells you the nations that they were from. Parthians, this is Acts 2:9. Parthians and Medes and Elamites, all right, and the dwellers of Mesopotamia, and in Judea and Cappadocia. And if you want to find out where these places are, you can just highlight it like this and click on search. Parthians. So the Parthians were where? An area which is today the Tigris Euphrates River, which is today in Syria. So back then, the Israelites who met up at Pentecost, they were Parthians. So they were from the area we know as Syria today. Medes. All right. Search for the Medes. Okay. And the Medes is the Indo-Iranian area. Okay. So you had Israelites coming from all these different lands. Elamites. And Elamites is those Indians today. Indians, Sri Lankans, Bengalis, see Elamites. So Mesopotamia, all right, called Mesopotamia. See, Mesopotamia is where is that? Iraq, man. The region Iraq. So Judea, we know where Judea is. Cappadocia, all right, search on it. All right, and Cappadocia is the region of Turkey today. All right, so this is what, over 2,000 years ago, and Israelites from all these areas, Pontus and Asia. All right, and it keeps going. Verse 10. What's this? Phrygia. All right, Pamphylia, and in Egypt, and in parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes. So you can see that 2,000 years ago, Israelites, all right, Jews, all right, came from all these different nations, all right, and they went back to Jerusalem to celebrate Pentecost, right? All right, so they were in these lands. Now, do you really believe that these Israelites who came from Cyrene, all right, who came from this place, all right, let's check out where this place is. All right, what region is this? This is Anatolia. This is what is now Asian Turkey. So this is a part of Turkey, northern Turkey. All right, Phrygia. Okay, do you really believe that all these Israelites, all right, in Acts, all right, chapter 2, all right, talking about Pentecost, do you really think that they all look like us so-called black people today? Do you think that they all look like this guy? Of course they didn't. If they were scattered, all right, and they came from these different lands, maybe they look like those people, all right, who are from those lands. Okay, that's just common sense. All right. Now I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to break this down to show you that Israelites, especially now, are not all gonna look the same. And that's and if you want to watch this, you can. It's an old video, but I proved that everyone with sickle cell anemia, because I desperately wanted to find out. One of my first things when the Lord brought me into this truth is how come I'm ill? How come I'm sick? You know, how come I get pain every day? You know, do you get what I'm saying? And basically, when I started to find out about the curses in Deuteronomy 28, it made a lot of sense to me, man. Because one of the curses, all right, in Deuteronomy 28, and I'll show you that, all right, Deuteronomy 28, is sicknesses, man. You know, the Lord knows how to punish his people. A brother in our group, Ariel, says that. He used to say that to me. When he first came into the camp, he said, the Lord really knows how to punish his people. And it's true. Deuteronomy 28:61. Also, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in this book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Okay? And when it says plague, alright, the worst plague is the plague of the mind, man. Alright? So mental illness is another way that the Lord punishes his people. And that's why the average black person, so-called black person, alright, Hispanic and Native American, especially GAD, has so many problems with mental health. Alright? The Lord is just punishing you. Alright? Like he's punishing me. Okay? Now let's prove, as I was saying in Acts chapter 2, all of them Israelites came from all of those nations. Alright? They're not all gonna look like an average so-called black person, you know, like this guy. All right, that they're all not gonna look like that because we've been scattered. All right, and this is a middle-aged depiction of I think this is Saint Nicholas, Saint Augustine. All right, and I want you to watch this because this shows. Alright, an Israelite, and he's definitely Israelite, he's got sickle cell, in Bahrain. And look at him, he looks like a Elamite. He looks like an Elamite, or he could look like an Arab, man. Alright, let's watch this.
My first crisis was, my name is Ahmed Habib. I'm born with sickle cell anemia.
Yep.
My first crisis was when I was 5 years old. Sometimes when sickle cell stays in one area of the body, that can damage the organ. For example, the tissues, the bones. Every time I put my weight on my leg, I feel pain, so I need crutches to help me walk. It's very, very painful. It's like being lit on fire, like a crashing hammer crashing over and over you non-stop. It's very hard to ignore. And it's very hard to endure. There is mental burden and emotional pain. It's difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
That will make you depressed and you don't see the bright side of things. I graduated from civil engineering, but I work as an artist. I lived with the pain for a very long time, and the only thing that kept me alive through this horrible pain is art, and I feel it's very, very therapeutic, especially because I have a lot of days at bed, so I have a lot of meditation, a lot of art ideas. I have to create something to help me to stand out in this world. My talent has grown from my disease to give me the desire to be special, turn the pain into
And by the way, he is special. He is special because he's an Israelite, man. All right, he's special. Though he's suffering, all right, he's special because he's an Israelite. He's an Israelite, man. All right. And you know what? When I actually saw these videos again, I've watched them before. I said to myself, "Thank God for Great Millstone, man." I said, "Brakati Hawa Bashim Yashai," because we're the only Israelite group that is teaching this, man. That Israelites are scattered in all nations, and Israelites ain't gonna look black no more, man. And that's something that you stupid dummies don't get. All right, Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So he's above. All right, he's in Bahrain. And by the way, I used to work for a charity, and a lady that worked in that charity, her name was Mona. She was from Bahrain, and she was saying to me that in Bahrain there's people with sickle cell and they treat them badly. You know, she was saying that, and she said there's nothing for them, and that's why she joined the charity. You know, and this was before you know, the Lord brought me into His truth. And it's funny because when I was in that charity, there was a guy that was in there, and he was Nigerian, and he had sickle cell. He was on the board. He was one of the board of directors. I was one of the board of directors, and I tried to show him this, and he just had a disdain for it. So I'm saying for you brothers and sisters that are out there, that in this truth, you tell these niggers once, twice, that the Israelites, if they're not complying, just leave it. The time is short, man. All right. So as you can see, Ahmed, all right, that you saw there, doesn't look like the average Israelite, but he is one. All right. Now this is another one. This is two brothers from Brazil, and they look like crackers, man. Okay. They look like crackers, and they both got sickle cell, man. There you go.
Hello, Iran.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
So, how old are you, Iran?
Eu tenho 16 anos de idade.
Are you at school at the moment?
Eu tô de férias no momento. Eu vou voltar no final desse mês.
On one hand, you have sickle cell disease. On the other, you're trying to get an education. How's that working? How's school going?
Pra mim na escola tá sendo normal, porque alguns amigos sabem que eu tenho, alguns amigos mais próximos de mim sabem que eu tenho a doença. Mas se as pessoas souberem também, não tem problema nenhum também, se elas souberem.
There must be a lot of people like you across Brazil who actually are hiding and staying in the shadows with sickle cell disease. They don't want other people to know because they feel that they can't tell them.
Não é algo de se esconder assim, né? É algo de você contar para as outras pessoas, porque não é algo tão diferente assim. Eu acho melhor, porque também, né, as pessoas vão saber que eu tenho alguma coisa, não posso ficar escondendo essa doença, né?
Do you know many people with sickle
And by the way, there's many people that do hide it. I met a guy years ago. His name was Lami, a Nigerian guy, and he had sickle cell, and he had a girlfriend, and he didn't tell his girlfriend that he had sickle cell. And I said, "Hang on, you said that you had was in hospital for an operation on your hip. What did you tell her?" "Oh, I told her I just fell down and broke my leg." I mean, you can't live like that. But the reason why they live like that is because with this sickle cell thing, there's kind of like a shame, there's you know, a kind of a stigma thing. Now this guy, his name is Wyran. All right, if I'm pronouncing it right. Does he look like an average Israelite? Does he look like a so-called black man?
sickle cell disease who
No,
are
he doesn't.
but won't talk about it openly?
Não, na verdade.
Does he look black? No, he doesn't look black, man. Look at his eyes. His eyes are like a light bluish kind of color. All right, and he's got a brother. That's his brother. That's his mum. And on the left, This is his brother, and his brother's got sickle cell as well.
Pessoa que
All right.
não seja da família que tem anemia falciforme. Eu não
All
conheço
right.
nenhuma outra
Let me rewind it.
assim, ele não costuma falar muito. Sabe, ele não esconde, ele trata da mesma maneira parecida que eu. Assim,
See?
não costuma falar muito que ele tem a doença.
That's his brother.
Mas assim, eu não
So his
conheço
brother's
nenhuma
got
outra
sickle
pessoa
cell,
que não seja
and his
da
brother
família
looks like
que tem anemia
Cesare
falciforme.
Borgia.
So Yargo's disease is very controlled and not many hospital admissions. Is your disease as well controlled, or have you been in hospital a lot more?
Sim, às vezes que eu vou pro hospital
You see?
é bem mais forte.
So that's that. So that is strike two for you dummies that think that Israelites are all gonna look black. This guy is 16 years old. He's got sickle cell anemia. He says he gets pain a lot, and his brother, his older brother, has it. I mean, look at his brother, man. You know, his brother has sickle cell as well, and you can go and look this up for yourself, right? All right. You can see here it's called Novartis, but Untold Stories of Sickle Cell, right? All right. His mum, when she was speaking about it, she said that when they go to the hospital, when he was little, the hospital couldn't believe that someone that looked white had sickle cell, and they didn't want to treat him. And I've met a girl in our hospital. Her name was Lee, and she was in the bed next to me when I was having my exchange transfusion. She said the same thing. She said that because she looks white, she went in with a sickle cell crisis where you have pain, excruciating pain, and the hospital didn't want to treat her because they said, no, it must be in your head because sickle cell is a condition that only blacks get, and that's why the people with sickle cell are treated badly. So what does this prove, man? What this proves is Jeremiah 12 and 9, man. Okay? Jeremiah 12 and 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. Alright? A speckled bird is different colors. Slakia, different colors. Alright? Now let's put that in the Bible blue letter to get more edification. Alright? Okay? So it's impossible. Acts 2 and 5 is a great example. If that was 2,000 years ago, and the Israelites were coming from places like Turkey and Arabia, because Arabia was mentioned, which is Saudi Arabia today and stuff, you really believe that they all looked like the Jews that were in Jerusalem? No, of course not, man. Okay? See, this is why when Paul did his ministry, and those Gentiles that he was preaching to were Israelites, all right? They were Israelites who were in a Gentile state of mind. Some of them knew that they were Israelites, but they were scattered abroad. But some of them, all right, didn't know that they were Israelites, That's why the circumcision, all right, the Israelites in our homeland, a lot of them rejected them because of the way they looked. So this time around, we can't do that. All right. So if you are watching Great Millstone camps and you watch them and then you see a guy in the Great Millstone camp like one of the brothers we have in GMS London Central. All right, we have a brother there. I think I'm not quite sure. I think his family's from Turkey. I think it is. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. But he looks like an Edomite, but he's clearly an Israelite, man. And he's in this truth, okay? And he goes hard for this truth. And that's why the Bible says, there's try the spirit by the spirit, man. All right, so this is Jeremiah 12 and 9. It says, my heritage is upon me as a speckled bird. All right, but it says what? The birds round about her are against her. All right, so wherever our people are scattered, all right, it doesn't matter whether it's here, Brazil, or whatever, all right, they're under these curses. But the birds, the other birds around her, around them, the people of the other nations are against her. So anywhere our people are, they are oppressed, man. All right. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. And that's what they're doing. They're devouring our people by being unjust to them. All right. Now let's look. All right. Let's look at a different, what's it called? My chosen people are like. Alright, let's look at the NLT version. Alright. My chosen people act like speckled vultures, but they themselves are surrounded by vultures. Bring on the wild animals to pick their corpses clean. Alright. So the speckled, alright, means different colors. So Israelites are not all going to look the same. They're not all going to have dark skin complexion, brown complexion. All right. They're not going to have, some of them might look like crackers. Some of them might look like them gongadings, Elamites, Mr. Patel. All right. They're going to look different because they've been scattered in all nations, man. Okay. Now, it says my heritage. What is heritage? Okay. What does heritage mean? So, let's look at heritage. Alright. Alright, heritage. This is in the Hebrew, right? Let's click on it.
Strong's H 5159. Nachala.
Nakhala.
Nachala.
Alright. Alright. Possession, property, inheritance, heritage, property, portion. Alright. So we are the Lord's portion. We are his possession. Alright. So my heritage, my possession, Israelites, are upon me as a speckled bird. Alright. So the Lord's people is going to be what? Different colors, man. And as you can see by this video, this is proving it, man. All right. And there's so many different other now I'm just gonna play this there's one where it shows all different stories. I'm just gonna try and play this one. All right.
My whole body just went into full-blown pain crisis.
Because this is going to show you once and for all, these are all people with sickle cell. All right. So they're all Israelites and they all look very different and they're all in different parts of the world. And if you look at their experiences by their peers, the people around them, whether it be in the hospitals, whether it be the, relationships or employment or whatever, have a watch of it, because it really brings that scripture to life. Jeremiah 12 and 9, man. All right. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about her are against her. Against her. All right. So let's watch this.
For the very first time, I'm going to die from this disease.
Your own body is turning against you.
As if somebody is using a chisel and hammering.
With nails and needles poking through the bone.
It's like being lit on fire.
Moi j'étais en fauteuil roulant, je pensais vraiment que j'allais mourir et que j'étais personne en fait, et que j'allais jamais rien faire de ma vie.
I actually died at hospital, but I was resuscitated.
I'm 27 years old and I've already had 4 hip replacement surgeries.
Wow.
3 months నుంచి నేను పెయిన్ తో ఉండడం వల్ల వర్క్
There you go. This is an Elamite. All right. This is an Elamite, man. All right. For 3 months I didn't go to work because of the pain. This is an Elamite.
చేయలేకపోతున్నా.
They get rid of me because of sickle cell disease. It's so unfair. It's so unfair.
I was told play sports. I just wanted to be like all my school friends.
Teacher said to me, you cannot do anything.
See?
मेरे को सिकल सेल बीमारी के वजह से स्कूल छोड़ना पड़ा।
There you go.
और ये मेरा सपना पूरा नहीं हुआ। दर्द है, ये सिर्फ बच्चे को ही नहीं, परिवार को भी होता है।
It's not easy for me. It's not easy. I lose everything.
He had another stroke. Since then, has not been able to talk.
How many patients here have sickle cell disease?
Pelo fato dele ser branco, eles descartaram a possibilidade dele ter falciforme, né?
See, because he looks white, see?
Being healthy, they told me that I can't have sickle cell. I've gone to hospital in crisis. I've been treated as if I'm a drug seeker and been refused treatment.
There are levels and levels of discrimination and stigma where people are even afraid to talk about it.
मोह कोई नहीं जाना कि ये बीमारी ही कर हमारे मन के दोस्त को पता चली तो साथ में ही रहे.
There wasn't any other child at my school who had sickle cell. I really was out on my own.
And I always felt alienated.
I lost my mom.
If anything happens, she's alone.
The problem is why they don't do the screening. They don't know their status.
Not all the hospitals have sickle cell clinics.
If you don't get good health care, your crisis is going to be worse and the outcome is likely to be bad. In the western part of Kenya, most of them are dead by the end of the first decade of life.
We have found that the leading cause of maternal death in Bahrain is sickle cell disease.
अपने आप से गिर जा रहा था.
See?
मैं उम्मीद हार चुकी थी कि मैं नहीं जिंदा रहूंगी बोलकर और जब मैं मरने वाली बची.
My doctor told me you will never live till 42. I'm 45 now.
There you go. I mean, look at this guy. Alright? Look at this guy, man. Does he look like Wesley Snipes? No, he doesn't, man. Alright?
ఈ సికిల్ సెల్ ఉంది అని ఎక్కువ బాధపడేది కంటే తొందరగా తెలుసుకొని
People are beginning to understand the concept of sickle cell disease.
They can be a productive part of the community.
It's not a disability. It is actually a motivating factor. सिकल सेल बीमारी मेरे को रोक नहीं सकता. शादी करने से मैं अच्छा फैमिली बिताना चाहता हूँ.
See?
ये बीमारी से लड़ना चाहिए.
अगर आपको उससे लड़ना है तो आप महान होते हैं उसके.
For that, man.
They're warriors. To be a warrior, you have to be a fighter.
You have to adapt.
You have to learn how to roll with the punches.
Dans la tête, c'est le plus important. Si on a le mental, si on a le moral, on peut faire des choses incroyables.
The sickle cell disease don't stop me.
See?
Capable de tout faire, mais vraiment tout faire, tout ce qu'on veut.
उम्मीद नहीं हारी और है ना जॉब पे स्टार्ट करी मैं जॉब जाना जब मेरा हेल्थ थोड़ा अच्छा हुआ तो अभी मैं घर भी देख रही हूँ घर भी नहीं चलाती हूँ अब.
We have not made miracles. Just take care of patients.
Ça donne de l'espoir, on se dit qu'on n'est pas tout seul dans ce combat-là.
I love me. I love my disease. It frustrates me, but I love it because it's still me.
There you go, man. Now you saw all those stories and you saw all those faces. Now, did all those faces look black? No, they didn't, man. Alright? So, the Lord... See, that's why we have to do these videos, because it brings the scriptures to life. So, the Lord's heritage, his possession is unto him as a speckled bird. Alright? And that's why the Lord said in Isaiah 11:11, and I've brought this up before, alright, the Lord is going to gather a small remnant of his people from all around the world, man. Alright? Isaiah 11:11. And if you look at where he mentions, alright, where he's going to gather a remnant of his people from, alright, it's from different places around the world, man. And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord will set his hand again a second time to recover a remnant of his people, alright, which shall be left from Assyria. Alright, so where's Assyria? Let's click on Assyria. Alright. Syria. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? And that Syria is what where Mesopotamia was, man. All right, near the Euphrates River, which is near Syria and Iraq area. All right, all right. So he's gonna gather his people from Assyria, from Egypt. We know where Egypt is. Where's Egypt? All right, North Africa. So some of them Arabs, and that's why I believe this is just me saying this, right? This is just me saying this. It's not written in stone or anything like that. I believe that Mohammed Salah, he's a footballer, right? And he's a damn good footballer. This guy, I believe that he's an Israelite, man. I mean, he's fast, he's quick, you know, and he's an Arab, right? And he's a very good footballer. And no disrespect to you Arabs. What great footballers do you produce? Hardly any, man. You know? I mean, look at his afro hair. He well could be an Israelite, man. Okay? And he has a spirit because he's very... When he scores a goal, he does the whole Muslim prayer thing on his knees and so forth. So, there's Israelites in Egypt. Alright? From Paphros. So, the Lord's going to gather a remnant of his people from Paphros. Alright? And let's see where Paphros is. Alright? Paphros is... Look. All this region here, man. Alright? This North African region here. Alright? There's a different Paphros that is in what's it called? In like Greece and so forth. It's not that one. It's talking about this one. So in this region here, there's Israelites. So the Lord's going to gather them from there, from Cush. And we know I think you should know who Cush is. Cush is Ethiopia, man. All right, Cush, Ethiopia. So among Ethiopia, all right, among Eritrea, Ethiopia, all right, Eritrea, Ethiopia, no, it's Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia. That's it. Those are Cushites, right? And you also have many Cushites that are in Yemen. And you have many of them that are in Sudan, and Sudan's having a war right now. Okay? So the Lord's going to gather a remnant of his people from there. And from Elam, and we know Elam is them Gongadings, man. Alright? Elam is them Gongadings, man. Alright? The people that you call, what's it called? Indians, Pakistanis, Bengalis, man. I got a friend, a really good friend, and he's a Bengali, man. Okay, they're Elamites. Okay, from Shinar. All right, Shinar, which is Syria. Okay, so amongst the Syrians, there you go, Shinar. All right, the Tigris River. So the Lord's going to gather a remnant of people from Syria. So, and Hamath. All right. Let's click on this. Hamath. All right. Hamath is an old city which is in Syria, near the banks of the Orontes River, west central Syria. Okay. You see. So the Lord is God. So hang on. So years ago they had that Syrian war, all right, and that was all done by what's it called? That was mainly done by Israel, man. All right, and America, you know, that whole rebellion there and ISIS being there, that was all done by the West, all right, okay, and it didn't succeed because Russia came in. So Hamath is in southwest Syria, and then it says, and from the islands of the sea. All right. Now Haiti is an island, isn't it? all right, and the Dominican Republic is on the other side of the island. Jamaica is the island, all right. Different islands in the Caribbean, okay. So all Israelites are not going to look, you know, like Wesley Snipes, as I've said, all right. And thank God for us at Great Millstone. Thank the Lord that the Lord has opened the apostles of Great Millstone's mind to understand this. Because could you imagine if it weren't for us, someone that is white looking or an Arab looking person, and they just resonate with this truth, and then they come and you know, I've even seen, all right, I've even seen Israelite groups, and I will name names, man. All right, like one of them being Zabak, all right, and his group. You know, I've seen Israelites come up to his camp, all right, and he's called them Hamites. Ridiculous, man. He's called people that are Nigerian Hamites. And I've seen IUIC do that, and I've seen ISUPK do that. Don't you dummies understand that Israelites are in Africa, man? Where did the slave trade start from? Transatlantic slave trade. It started from West Africa. Okay? So the Lord is going to gather a remnant of his people. And I'll be honest, the ones that are teaching this nonsense that all Israelites are going to look black, I don't think you guys are going to make it, man. You know? You ain't going to make it, because you're not gathering the Lord's sheep. You're scattering them. Okay? You are actually scattering them. Alright? So I'm sorry if the lesson went too long, but look, you have this channel here, Untold Stories of Sickle Cell. You can go and watch these for yourself. Alright? Just put Untold Stories of Sickle Cell and you can see the different stories. And it's people from around the world, man. Alright? The Arab countries, India, Brazil, and they all don't look like Wesley Snipes, man. Alright? And that proves what the Bible says. Alright? And it proves, alright, that we are teaching the right doctrine. You know? And we're doing it in sincerity and in truth. We're not bragging or boasting. Okay? We're not doing that, you know? And right now, our people need the truth, man. Alright? No matter how they look. It's not about their look. That's why we're going to end it on that, actually. Alright. Let me get that scripture so we can close out. Alright. Try the spirits. Yeah, man. You have to try the spirits, man. Alright? You have to try me. You have to try, you know, the people that you're actually learning from, man. Alright? This is 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God. And there's some people that are just, there is some people that, you know, they look like other nations. All right. Years ago, we were in King's Cross, and we had this old cracker man. This old cracker, he came up to us, and no word of a lie, he stayed with us for 3 hours. And he knew a lot about the Bible, and he was talking. Every time he talks about the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, he was calling him the Creator. You know, and he stood with us for like 3 hours, back and forth. All right, and I said at the end of that encounter, that guy could not be an Edomite, man. He was an Israelite. He was an Israelite. You know, 100%, 100%. I was there, man. You know, this guy stood with us for a long time. He had a couple of bags. in his hand, and he did not even keep those bags. He never put the bags down. It was very weird. It was a weird encounter, and he was white as a ghost, man. All right, he knew the scriptures, this, that, and the other, and he said, "Remember, the Creator did say this and that." And then at the end, when we closed out, he said, I said, "Where are you going now?" He said, "I want to go to the Israel embassy." And I was like, okay, you know. And I think he didn't have money. I gave him some money. I was convinced in those 2.5, 3 hours that man, that cracker man, could not have been a cracker. He was an Israelite man. You know? Alright? So it says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world." Alright? So you got to try the spirits. Alright? And there's some people, alright, that may look Asian, they may look like a cracker, they may look like an Arab, but they have the same spirit as us. You know? If they have a spirit for this gospel, you know, if this truth is resonating with them, they could be an Israelite, man. And to be fair to all our people, myself included, before the Lord brought into truth, if we did this, alright, if we tried the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets gone out in the world, if we tried the spirits rather than being bamboozled by these false prophets, you know, we would what's the word I'm trying to think? We would wouldn't be wasting time in these bullshit churches, you know, these wicked camps that are out there. If we did this more, you know, you have to be tested, man. Okay. So it says, "Believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God." And there's certain people out there, all right, no matter how they look, they have a spirit of an Israelite, man. Okay? They have a spirit of an Israelite. So that's what you have to do. Try the spirits by the spirit. So the lesson is that, listen, not everyone is going to look the same, man. The Lord's heritage is a speckled bird, different colors, all right? So pray you was edified. Sorry it went on too long, but to the next lesson, shalom.